Hey everyone, my name is Megan and this is Painted and Distressed. Today's video is a really fun gingerbread tiered tray or shelf decor that any budget can create. I hope you enjoy. So I took this little trailer that I got from the dollar store and I spray painted it white just to get a base, and then I painted it using chalk paint in this gingerbread color. And then I went around and used some red chalk paint and just painted some of the details like the door and the chimney and the shutters. And then I got out the puff paint and I just kind of followed along where the details were already on the trailer and just kind of used that as my guide with the puff paint. And I wanted this to be as festive as possible in the gingerbread theme. And so I really put in a lot of detail with the puff paint. And really with all of the projects that I made in this video today, you'll see. And then for the wheels, I just used some of these little peppermint pieces and I just hot glued those on there. And then I just added, I guess, kind of like a string of lights using different colored of puff paint. And then I doused it with some glitter. And then I have this little ladder for the next project. And I just took a variety of little fake candy pieces, candy canes, and little gingerbread, and I just hot glued them on there as well. And then this one, I just took I had this, I think from Target Dollar Spot, this little cup, and I thought it'd be perfect for gingerbread decor. And so I just cut out the red and white striped scrapbook paper, and then I took some caulking and I just completely doused it on the top to make it look like whipped cream. And then I just added a candy cane, a fake candy cane, and some fake little candies and a little gingerbread guy. And then I cut up a little plastic candy cane and put that in there. And then I added number 25. And then I got these little glass houses from the dollar store on clearance. And so I gave them a coat of white spray paint. And then I went through and I just took my puff paint and I highlighted all of the details with the different colors, and then I added a little wreath and some little candy cane on the top. And then I kept changing my mind of what I wanted to do with this one. And I added a little candy for the doorknob. And then of course I went through with the white puff paint and added some more details to it. And then I had these little plastic snowflakes I attached to the top of one of them. And then these little candy canes on the front and a little Santa on the top. And then for the other one, I added these little candy pieces to the roof. And then I added these little lights to the front using hot glue. And then I covered all of it with some more puff paint. And then added a little gingerbread and some candy canes to the front, and then doused it with glitter. And then I have this little toy soldier that I painted in the same gingerbread color. And then I went through with my puff paint, and I was trying to make it look like he had like a little chef's hat. And then I kind of broke off his arms and then reattached them and then painted using puff paint a little red for his sleeves And then using a popsicle stick, I just cut it to a square and then added these little tree candies so he could be holding a pan. And then I just hot glued it to his arms. I added a little belt for him, and then I puff painted the bottom red. And then this one, I have had this little house in my stash for a long time. I got it on clearance. So I just took the paper off of it and just gave it a coat of white chalk paint. And then I did the outside red. And then I took this little gingerbread, hot glued him to the front, and then just outlined his details using the puff paint. And I kind of went back and forth on what I was going to do with this guy. So I added those weird candy eyes that made him look like he's from a Willy Wonka chocolate factory. But I took them off, as you can see here, and just added a little bow. And then, of course, I added these little candies, sprinkles. And then this truck, I think, is my favorite one that I made. And I have had it in my stash for a long time as well. And I just took off the wooden tree and then gave it a coat of red chalk paint, and then went through with my white puff paint and just highlighted all of the details of the truck. And then on the truck bed rails, I added some little candy canes to give it a little added detail, and some little peppermints for the wheels. And then a little wreath on the front and a little tree on the back, and I did add some lights to it. And then some little candies on the front where the headlights are, and a little gingerbread man saying hi out the window. And then I added some glitter, but then I ended up dousing it completely with more glitter. And then I have these ornament shaped pieces and that I've had again for a very long time, and so I just gave both of them a coat of white chalk paint after removing the paint. And then I had these gingerbread from the Dollar Tree, and I just took off their bows and stuff, and then I just puff painted little outfits on them. I made this one to kind of look like a little Santa, and another one I made a girl, which you'll see at the end. And I had these little mini Santa hats, and so I just hot glued that onto him. And then I just added a little ribbon for some extra detail around it, and then a whole bunch of glitter. Everything on all of these projects is just doused in glitter. And then I have this little wood cutout house I got from Joann's, and I just painted it in the same chalk paint gingerbread color. And then I went through with my puff paint and I just outlined the entire project with the puff paint. And then I had this little stand for the house, and I just added some caulking and some little candies and a wreath to the front of that house. And then I had these little cutout deer, and I painted them the gingerbread color chalk paint as well. And then I added a little red saddle to both of them using the puff paint. And I just added little black hooves on their feet and their eyes, give them a little bit more character. And then I had these little wood cutouts I'm going to use for their stands, and then I completely doused them in the glitter as well, just like everything else. And then I have this little wood cutout Mary sign that that I painted and repainted and did I don't even know how many times over. But and you'll see in a minute that I ended up just fully covering them with the red and green puff paint instead of just outlining it. And then I just decided to do just little details on each of the letters using the white puff paint. And if you have any questions on any of the materials I've used in this video today, feel free to leave me a comment down below and I'll make sure to answer it. And this is how everything turned out. I absolutely love gingerbread decor, and I just had so much fun making all of these projects, and I hope you did too. This video was definitely sped up a lot because I know people's attention spans are quite short nowadays and people like shorter videos, so I was just trying a little something different. But if anything went by a little too fast, please comment down below, let me know. And if you have any questions or anything like that, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would very much appreciate it if you would be so kind to do so and to give this video a thumbs up as well. I have a lot of really fun Christmas videos coming out a lot quicker than this one. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. And I thank you so much for sticking around and for taking the time to spend the day with me making these gingerbread decor. And that's all I've got for you today. Until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!